All right, everyone. Hello, and welcome to episode 4 of Legitimate Enterprises. This episode is titled Explosive Negotiations. Real quick, before we get into our recap of what happened last week, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves, who we are, and who we're playing. Right, I'm a streamer. I know how these things work. So let's start with Aaron. Who are you, and who are you playing?
I'm Aaron Gunner. I'm playing Duncan Hunter. He's a human bounty hunter from the. What? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Too deep. A little too deep. I'm Duncan Hunter. I'm playing Aaron Gunner, the grizzled human bounty hunter with a mysterious past. So mysterious we haven't talked about it yet. I'm also called Too Much Thought on my YouTube channel, where every video is private because my childhood stop motions are embarrassing.
Exil, who are you? Who are you playing?
I'm Necro. I'm playing Exil, the Zabrak sharpshooter, and definitely not that mysterious mystery here. We've talked about my past.
Echo, who are you, and who are you playing?
Hey, I'm JL Holloway from Hall Hideaway, and I am playing Tabri Echo Vetna, the Shadra mechanic and outlaw tech.
And Vrel, who are you, and who are you playing?
My name is Kelsey. I go by Kelsey Rising on line. I'm playing Vril Trin, the Trandoshan Doctor.
Alrighty. And Aaron, why don't you go ahead and give us an update, or give us a recap about what happened last time?
Previously on Legitimate Enterprises. After a daring battle between Mayara Oliver and her villainous crew of bros, Brad and Chad, who were attempting to betray the ship after getting in too deep with the Black Suns. The team, which is us, managed to defeat them using a combination of punching and explosives. And though Brad and Chad did not make it, they managed to capture Mayara alive. The grenade did not help. After interrogating Mayara, the team discovered that 2 pirate interceptors were en route to clean up were her saboteuring to fail. After a brief debate and some clever planning, the team decided to lay a trap for the pirate vessels in order to try and claim the payment that defeating them would receive. Using Echo's mechanical brilliance, the team jerry-rigged one of the Z-95 headhunters, the Emperor Leopold's fighter craft's hyperdrive to explode upon a remote detonation, and that just went perfect. Everybody's gonna go well. It's all gonna go great. They took the just perfectly pleasant to interact with Mayara Oliver and brought her to, and after bringing her out of drug stasis, just as the interceptors arrived, they agreed to let her go with the intention of exploding the hyperdrive as her ship gets close to her new friends, hopefully taking out one of the interceptors and putting them on equal footing to fight.
As we pick up, or right before we pick up, 2 things that we got to do. We have to roll for destiny points. So if everyone would like to go ahead and roll themselves a force die, 1 dark, many dark.
Woo!
Hey,
You're welcome.
Excel carrying the team here. This is just making me feel great about all the different chance-related things.
Yeah, we are unfortunately missing one Jix Cho, played by Drake Finney, who is busy with real-life obligations today.
Speaking of obligation.
Yeah.
Segue.
I'm rolling 1 for him just to help keep things balanced, and look at him. Echoes through the force.
He's good luck when he isn't here.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and roll for some obligation. Let's get... Does that work in this? It doesn't. Does not know that command. Alright, I shall just do it myself and see what comes up. Yeah. A 92. In case you don't believe me, you can't see, but it's mirrored a 92, so that's no obligation trigger today. I think the group is we're at like 85, so that's pretty
We've
impressive.
gotten really lucky not triggering obligation.
That's 2 weeks in a row. For those of you who don't know, obligation is a pretty unique mechanic to this game, where it allows for people's backstories to come into play on any given session. So at the beginning of the session, the GM rolls a D100 against a table where people's obligation values are stacked up, and if you land in someone's range of their obligation value, then surprise, they kind of get the spotlight for the session, be it for better or for worse. But anyway, we pick up in the hallowed decks of the Emperor Leopold. The all hands station is blaring in everyone's ears, and the announcement is going over the ship. All hands to battle stations. All hands to battle stations. 2 hostile vessels dropping out of hyperspace. And for those of you near any windows or anything, you see the telltale blue shimmer way, way, way out in the distance of foop, foop, 2 interceptor frigates dropping out of light speed. Where you all are right now in space is kind of on the edge of this large asteroid field in the Ellerud system, in the Outer Rim. It's pretty sparse, so these guys, if it wasn't already confirmed by Miria that these guys were here to cause some trouble, you would know. These guys are here to cause some trouble nonetheless. So, and you can see now there is the Z95 just making its way. You can see it getting smaller and smaller in the distance, heading towards these two other frigates. Yes, Aaron.
Before we would have let her go, I thought we were going to have a little bit more time, like a say goodbye kind of element. But I'd like to get a gun, because our ship has guns to fight pirates. I'd like to get a gun trained on that ship, so in case anything goes wrong, she still dies.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, there's the Emperor Leopold has a pretty sizable armament. It has 2 forward main cannons that can deal with ships pretty well if it can get past shielding and defenses. And then it has a number of light blaster cannons just kind of mounted everywhere that help it fight off snub-nosed craft, such as the Z95 or anything else it might come across. So, you hear the grinding of one of the ball turrets mounted on the small winglets, kind of just turning and tracking this Z95 as it gets farther and farther away. So, is there anything in particular you all would like to do? Or are you just going to wait and see what happens?
Since Echo has passed off the detonator, he's going to be making his way to the engine rooms just in case.
Okay, I was gonna give it back to you right before, so because you did the work, so you should get to blow it up. But
Echo is going to trust that he did it right, and then go to the engine rooms.
As far as Gunner knows, it was done right. So he just wanted to give you the chance because he's like, you seemed to really want to push the button.
You've deserved it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be prepping the med bay
Okay.
for expected casualties.
The plan is that we would gun it if anything goes wrong with the bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Basically, if we don't manage to knock out one of the interceptors, we were gonna get out of there.
Hopefully they won't be prepped to pursue because they still assume that we aren't ready to go.
Yes. It was established that Miria does not know that the hyperdrive has been fixed at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, we can go ahead and we can roll some initiative here. We can get some initiative slots staked. Or we can just wait and see what happens.
I'll work to prep like repelling border crew.
Okay.
Borders. There's not much the gunner can do because our turrets are those heavy ranged? Is that what they would be?
They would use the gunnery skill.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, typically ship weapons use gunnery.
That makes sense.
I'm not horrible at that, so I'll probably be standing by in case they need me to man one of those.
Yeah, you would have a turret assignment if you're like Exil. Despite not being part of the security team, you would have just gotten like, all right, do you know how to operate one of these things? I guess. There you go.
I can aim and shoot. Good.
Yes.
Getting that.
Precisely. Do your eyes work?
That is an optional requirement, but it is preferred.
Yeah, it's the ideal applicant. So you see, Aaron, you get a comm from one of the gunner from the gunner that you assigned to watch the ship. She's out of range, sir. And you see her slip closer and closer in the Z95. You can still see it, but you can see it now that she's about halfway between the two ships.
I need to give you an initiative roll, right?
We can go ahead and do that right now if you'd like. Let's get some initiative rolling. This would be cool. It's just a old standoff. Gotta keep your head.
Cool.
There's my cool. I'm cool.
How cool is everyone?
Less cool than I thought.
Unfortunately, aren't we all?
Very uncool.
Ooh.
Nope, Echo's the coolest of us all.
We already knew that.
Yeah, that we are. He's definitely cool.
Let's see.
It's cooler than Jix.
I'm
Jix is a nerd.
gonna roll one for Jix.
You don't
Jix
know.
isn't here.
I absolutely built Echo to be the nerd and listen to you all.
Echo
Sorry.
is the cool guy and Jix is the nerd. Everyone knows that.
Let's see.
I bet Echo can't even play sports. There you go.
Oh,
Like
Jix is
baseball
very cool.
or
Jix is cool, but he's not quite as cool as Echo is.
They're different kinds of cool. You know, there's like the cool, and then there's like the really like slick back hair, like I'm gonna rob you, cool.
That's not cool.
Crime isn't cool.
According,
Crime
I assume,
is cool. We
I-
have children
I-
watching.
I assume according to Jix, it is very cool. Jix is very cool. But
Let's see.
Gunner's current plan is to push that button as soon as the ship gets within range to do maximum damage. I have my demolitions, friend.
I'm just getting some initiative rolls here. The NPCs are rolling initiative worth garbage. Garbo.
Unless there are NPCs, then I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Well, some of them are.
What have they done for me lately? Oh, the gunnery uses agility.
Yes.
I'm good at gunnery.
Surprisingly, Echo is too.
The machine.
Yeah, it's just a machine. All right. So you now see as the Z95 that Miria is piloting, it gets closer and closer and closer and closer to the frigates, and you see just barely. They're like small dots of light, but anyone in the CIC can pick this up on radar. That each of the interceptors have launched a couple fighters of their own. So there's 4 pirate fighters just kind of have just been launched, 2 from each, and they go and I need someone to give me a knowledge warfare check. This is be an easy difficulty, knowledge warfare. Someone would like to do
Does
that.
anyone have smart
I
brain?
have knowledge.
I mean,
warfare.
I'm not up there.
Mhm.
I think I'm the only one that actually has knowledge warfare. So
All of my stats are 2 if they aren't shooting people or hitting people. So
Shooting
what
people or
is-
shooting people.
the difficulty again? Sorry, I'm
Yeah, just 1 purple.
cool. Sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained today for some reason.
No worries.
it's okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're not, you're unsure what they're doing, but you see the 4 fighters kind of take position around the Z95.
Hmm.
Almost as though they're escorting her back to the ship.
We received any hails from the pirates?
No,
You
no,
Abashed.
yeah.
Strike your colors and be prepared to be spaceported.
Not quite.
Is that standard? Like, what is the standard for space pirating procedures? I assume we've encountered them before.
Yeah.
Not these particular,
If you were just a cargo vessel and you
Mhm.
came across some pirates, they would hail you and say basically that, like, strike your colors, power off your engines and your shields, we'll be taking your cargo. And then they'll board you and take your cargo.
Oh.
I know, it's almost like they're pirates. But because you guys are an armed pirate vessel, usually, most of the time, larger ships like this are going to run away. You typically cause them to scatter as opposed to blowing them up. But this is the first time you've faced down 2 of these interceptors, at least as long as any of you have been on board and been on the crew. And it looks like they're gearing up to fight. You can see the shields powering up around them, the warble of deflector shields coming online around the 2 interceptors, which are named the Unshaken and the Rat Bastard, I believe.
Close.
Womp rat.
Womp
We
Rat
changed it.
Bastard. Excuse
By
me.
democracy, we requested a
Yes.
Star Wars. Unfortunately, we are far past the era of democracy. For the so the shields are starting to come up. Is it close enough to damage it proportionately? Is there a
No. In terms of where you guys are in range band, you are at extreme range from each other. And
the ship I'm trying to blow up
yeah, the ship you're trying to blow up.
is extreme range from them?
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. No. It is long range. Excuse me. The ship you're trying to blow up. The 2 interceptors are at extreme range. So, the way that the range bands work in space is
It's different than personal.
it's a little different than on the personal scale. The range bands are extreme, long, medium, short, and then close. And close is like dogfighting. That's where people dogfight, is at close. And then short is typically missile range and torpedo range, and then medium is like turbo laser range. Extreme is like Death Star range.
Like barely on the edge of sensors, basically.
Exactly. Like you're just picking them up on sensors, and you can see them if you know what to look for.
Right, so does our hyperdrive look good?
Yes, hyperdrive is primed and ready. It's a little low on coolant, but that shouldn't cause any problems for it.
Unless we roll despairs.
Yeah, unless you roll a despair. So that's
Hmm.
certainly a possibility. So, are you going to press the button Aaron?
As soon I want to get like maximum possible damage, so I'm having a little bit of trouble visualizing everything right now. So I'm just gonna give like the more narrative conditional effect
Okay.
of when close enough.
It's quiet. It's quiet. Did you blow her up?
Press the button. Okay.
Is it close enough to do damage? Like that's
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, if it blows up now, it will certainly destroy the fighters around.
I want to blow. I want to try and hurt one of the interceptors. Is it not? Gonna
Yeah,
get...
it's not quite in the interceptor's like sphere, like area of control.
Okay.
The whole point of this is to try and knock out one of the interceptors.
I have
so-
no
Yes.
interest in the fighter craft.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna wait until it tries to dock.
That
Yeah.
was the plan. Was
Okay,
this,
cool.
Yeah.
Is it
So-
gets closer, so
So
I'm
it
watching.
flies, and you can
Palms
see,
are sweating, eyes are dilated. Really,
you-
really hoping this button works.
So you see it, and it flies, and on kind of the sensor table, it disappears into the radar signature of the Unshaken, and that's as much as you can tell as whether or not it's docked. You press the button. All right, Aaron, just roll a force die for me, please.
Fate.
Oh, sorry, I gotta do
Yeah.
that. I sleep.
Yep. Tries really hard. Goes to sleep.
The dark
Okay.
side.
Druck.
Yeah. So you press the button. Who knows?
I mean, is the ship blowing up?
The ship is not blowing up.
I think I know.
unfortunately.
I have a very simple stimulus and response system here,
Yes.
where if there is still a ship there, therefore, it did not blow up.
There's still
then.
there's
Complex,
still
discrete
a
math.
radar contact for the Unshaken, but you do notice that the Womp Rat bastard is moving to attack position.
I
As-
push it again.
You click it again. Nothing happens.
All right. I click it one more time.
Just going.
Imagine if it's the click.
Yeah, you like smash it against the desk and it just kind of breaks into spare parts.
I wouldn't have smashed it.
Echo is now pacing and counting his tools.
Yes.
Echo, over. Echo, this is
Yeah,
Nana.
yes.
Ship didn't blow up.
Why not?
Um,
Wait, we're too far away. We're too far away.
are we too far away?
Are you-
That's all. That's all that makes sense.
All right, Mike. Mechanically, will I get to make another roll if we pull our ship and head straight for them?
Yeah, I mean, it could potentially happen. You
I am
know,
not in
it's-
charge of this ship, though. I
it's
cannot say. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on one sec, please.
ramming speed. That's the command that needs to happen right now.
Where is Gunner right now?
He was in
It's
command.
a sword.
I think so.
Yes.
I don't really have the authority to do that, and that was
Alright,
a
so
lot of
you're up.
effort for the joke.
That was beautiful. Are you up with your? So he's up in command.
Yeah. For if you haven't explicitly
It makes
said,
sense if you're monitoring.
yeah,
things,
if you haven't explicitly said you're somewhere else, you're in the CIC.
Captain Echo says we need to move closer. You want to do? You willing to do something risky?
Always. Full engines full ahead, and the ship like begins shaking, and it's loud when the Emperor Leopold really gets underway into battle speed. It makes a lot of noise. It's loud aboard the ship, and it begins.
To imagine like, oh sorry.
everything inside the med bay is like jingling, like all the glass.
Yeah, it's like as we start moving, like I was pulling out my supplies, stacking them neatly, getting ready for what I'd expect to be like your average amount of blaster balloons, this and that, and then it's like I hear the ship moving and realize, and I just pull out a whole another load and start counting them.
I imagine that like you're just like catching objects that are falling out of open cabinets because you're just so used to this at this point that it's like, gotta still prep all these glass things and catch that, and gotta keep pressing that thing, and syringes.
Gotta roll the bandages up with my tail onto the counter. Fuck you, Trandoshans have tails.
There's a hurt crew member just like wheeling around in that bay on his bed.
You forgot to lock down one of the gurneys, so it's just moving. The inertia.
Sorry about that, Fred.
Told him to get some movement in, but
not what I had in mind. So the Emperor Leopold gets underway, heading into combat. The Womp Rat Bastard is also moving in attack position, and it too appears to be supported by the 4 fighters, 2 from its own fighter bay and 2 from its compatriot, the Unshaken. You see Jix, showing some heroics for once, is suiting up to take control of the other Z95 that's in the retrofitted hangar bay. And you see before long the Z95 is flying alongside. So if there's any sort of specific starship action someone would like to do, then we are welcome to go ahead and do that now. So before we actually get underway. So it would be, you could do things like increasing power to specific subsystems aboard the ship. You can go ahead and mount a turret because that's probably going to be useful. You can go ahead and, if someone is more computers oriented, they can try to spoof some systems, which makes you harder to hit. All sorts of fun additional actions.
I'm actually really good at flying ships. Would that apply to flying the big ship?
Yes. that would in fact apply.
Because like if I've trained on a fighter craft, I have forward, my piloting space is 2 yellow, 2 green. So.
Oh geez.
Yeah, I forgot to mention Aaron Gunner is also moderately good at.
Maybe he should do the fire. What was it? No, it wasn't a fire spray. It was the other. What was it called?
Z95.
Yeah, maybe he should do the Z95 so we have an active player doing that.
Yeah. We can go ahead and just swap that if that's okay. Yeah.
Have you narrative? Well, now I'm riding in a fighter jet, carrying the explosive in my pack.
Let's see.
Oh yeah, that's actually pretty good because you could get the sensor closer with the small ship. That's fun.
So I dropped a list of additional starship actions that someone could do. Should you want? Rules are a little bit different for the Z95 because it's a smaller craft, and so it has a few more maneuvers that it can do.
So, is there a page for that? Because I have my Age of Empire book with me.
Yeah, I think it is on page... Let me open up.
Starship and vehicle ranges, stellar phenomena terrains,
yes.
Starship vehicle combat.
Yeah, Starship and vehicle combat begins on page 230.
Nice. I'm already on that page.
Yep.
Nice.
So
excellent.
Lots of fun stuff you can do.
All right, Aaron Gunner is. There's a special thing that I've. Oh, where did that go? Oh, that's sad. All right, never mind.
So, which player would like the first initiative slot? Or we can just give it to the ship, and the ship will just continue to move forward.
Did they say we're moving into position?
Yes, we are
informing Echo.
Mm-hmm. We are.
All right, then I will go ahead and boost our shields.
Alrighty. So does that require a check?
It does. Hard
Yeah,
mechanics.
hard mechanics.
Come on.
Ooh,
Mm.
bummer. So unfortunately, shields are already kind of at maximum capacity. The Emperor Leopold being as much of a hunk of a junk as it is, not a lot of spare juice to go around.
That's fair.
So as you try to crank it up, you sense like you just know from this horrid grinding noise that's coming from some
Oh,
other
no.
subsystem. They're like, maybe I shouldn't do that, and you back off.
All right.
I'm sitting here looking at my skills like, I can't do anything.
So, yep, that is a thing to
Oh
consider.
no. The costume now.
There we go.
I love it.
Should we be playing Danger Zone right now?
Obviously.
I'll pay for the copyright.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I just dropped the stats to the Headhunter also in the chat, so in case you need them, Mr. Gunner.
I imagine we will.
Yes. All in all, a pretty useful craft. So, so we have Echo, and he tries to boost the shields, but unfortunately fails with 3 advantage. So you can pass those to someone else if you'd like, or pass those boosts as advantage to someone, a specific person, or maybe add some setbacks onto the next enemy check.
Yeah, I think where he's at, then adding setbacks. So.
Okay, so you get
Oncoming.
a little bit more juice into the shields. Not enough to make a significant amount of difference, but hey, it might stop something.
Just
And-
rearrange one reflector.
Yeah, exactly. You angle the deflectors. That's the real trick. So we have a PC slot next. Just to give some context, the Z95 is currently flying alongside the Emperor Leopold. So it is faster, so you can break away, Aaron, if you'd like to. But just keep in mind, there is a interceptor frigate and 4 really like cobbled together looking fighters. It looks like they're made out of like hobby kits.
All right. Before we begin,
Yes.
Gunner requires some help from Duncan. Requires a little bit of help from his flight mates here. You know what? This is Dewback 7. I'm en route to intercept.
Oh my God. I love it.
Read
I'll
me-
take the next
Yeah.
the next PC slot if no one else wants it.
Go for it.
By all means.
So I'm going to say that you are currently at speed 2 right now, because that's how fast the Emperor Leopold is going. That's its max speed.
Got
It's
it.
not a fast. It's not a fast ship.
She doesn't need to be. She gets there.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the same speed as a jetpack.
Yep.
So as a maneuver, I can increase my speed.
Okay, you can increase it to 3.
Cool. That was a question, but I'll do it.
Yes.
Yeah. I will. I'm gonna. Let's see. My mission is to really get close to the interceptors, so I would like to seem like I'm coming straight at those fighter craft.
Mhm.
Though I'm very confident that our ship can handle them. I'm gonna come. I'm gonna swerve at them aggressively. See what they do.
Okay. Yeah. Give me a space piloting check.
Cool.
Difficulty is going to be contested by their vigilance, and so that's going to be 2 purples if you're trying to like deceive them with some fancy flying.
Fanciest of flying.
The fanciest of flying, precisely.
And yes, I do have Danger Zone playing on the loop right now. and
Good.
It's pretty great. All right. I'm fairly certain I'm doing this right. Just going to double check real quick so I don't mess it up, because this is my kind of nervous. It's my first time flying.
Let's see. Hold on.
Oh,
You,
this is how the dice are gonna be.
you get to add a boost to that because the Z95 has +1 handling. It's a particularly nimble ship.
And don't I have a boost from Echo?
No, Echo did.
he did-
setbacks.
It's set back to the enemy.
He
Sorry.
tossed a set, so
Excuse me.
that is 2 advantage actually. So you could have just a floating boost. So go ahead and roll 2. See what we
Okay.
got. See if we can nab a success out of that.
Oh.
All right. So
This is how the dice are gonna be today.
yep.
Yep.
It's like it's one of those days.
So Aaron, you gun it. You gunner it, and you pull away from the Emperor.
Could that be our
Leopold.
word for like fucking something up?
Only if it involves sneezing. Now let's get back to flying.
Yeah. Sneezing in computers.
I am this close to going and getting my roommate's scarf.
Oh no.
So the Z90. So Aaron, you gun it and you pull away and you swerve right, trying to make it. Trying to present a juicy target to the Z95s or the other fighters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they see through your ruse,
Oh,
and your ruse, it fails. They see through your ruse and stay in kind of a picket formation around the. But you are short range from the Womp Bastard and its escort right now, which means you are now in medium range from the Unshaken. And as
and
you
the Shaken was the one that she docked with.
yes. Now that you're a little closer, you can see now there's a great big plume of smoke coming from where the hangar bay is, or was.
So maybe it kind of blew up.
Mhm.
All right. Would it be an incidental to like just lean over and click the button again if I like put it in my cup holder? I assume I
Yeah.
have cup holders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Especially if this is one of Gunner's jobs, he has to go to install a cup
Yeah,
holder.
exactly. Yeah,
We're a modern
it's a
society.
total incidental to
Cool.
press the button on the detonator. Go ahead and just roll another force die.
Got it. He did just I assume screw a cup onto the side,
Yeah. Exactly.
but it's fine. It's fine. All right, force die.
Yes. Let's see what happens. Yeah, you press the button, nothing else happens.
All right, I'm just gonna assume that the smoke did the thing. So, am I past the enemy fighter craft?
You're kind of alongside of them. So the Emperor Leopold was going in a straight line.
Mhm.
Their tips are going to touch, and you and the Z95 kind of went whoop, kind of alongside like that to try to draw the other fighters away. Correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I guess if I have enough, I can take a strain. It's the same like turn level. I haven't had a chance to fully read.
Yeah,
the sections here. So
Exactly. So if you take a second maneuver, it strains the vehicle instead of you.
got it.
Yes. And you have 8 system strain as a Z95.
Is that a lot or a little?
That's a little. That's not a lot.
Got it.
Gotta be careful.
Mhm.
All right. Dubek 7 is going to. I guess I don't know. I want to do something with my turn, so I'll take a strain to turn to fight. Like I want
You
to get
should
behind.
turn into like an attack position, make a run.
Yeah, like I don't know if that could have just been like if I'm pushing the button as an incidental, like as I was arcing off. Once I got into range, I could just continue that arc and turn around.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know how far I can move.
Yeah. So the one thing that's
Your
assumed.
movement depends on the speed of your vehicle.
Yeah, and speed 3 is pretty quick. So.
Yeah. Speed. Yeah. Anywhere with speed 2 to 4. One maneuver takes you anywhere within close range or between close and short. 2 maneuvers to move between close and medium.
Yeah. So additionally, one of the things that's just kind of assumed in smaller craft is that you're facing whatever direction you want to be facing, just because they're so easy to maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So so you don't have to
All
take
right.
that system strain if you don't want.
I would prefer not to.
Yes.
All right, so as Gunner sees it, he sees like for some reason the luck is just not with me because Gunner is not really familiar with the Force. Damn, and so he does the whole like cool spaceship thing where like
The
He
J
just, like,
turn.
yeah, where he just like kicks it and it goes, and it like kind of skids in space because that works because this is Star Wars space where for some reason everyone is just flying in the air.
Yes.
It's fine.
And now I'm facing the other fighter craft, and I'm just gonna try and strafe him with my shot.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Go for it.
All right.
Wait, actually, no. I don't think you're in range.
Okay.
Yeah, because your wingtip. What's range? You could fire your concussion missiles at the fighters if you'd like. You're in enough range to do that.
Sure. I'll fire some concussion. And is that a piloting check or is that?
It is a gunnery check, and your difficulty on that because you're the same silhouette size. Because difficulty for vehicles keys off of silhouette as opposed to range. Your difficulty for that is going to be 2 purples, and that's it. They don't have any shielding or anything.
Got it. Alrighty, I will then make that so.
Mm-hmm. Make it so.
Make it so.
And go ahead and upgrade it. Upgrade it to a red and a purple.
Okay. Red, purple, yellow, yellow, green, green. I have like no talents, but I'm talented.
But skilled.
It's all skills. All right.
Maybe you want to branch off into hot shot or something.
my eventual intent is to build Gunner as an ace, and a like bounty hunter kind of has both those things, and we already had commando fighter people, like we already had like the. I digress. We can talk about it. Talk about it offline.
Off the net.
Ooh, just a triumph. Yep, and that is also including okay. So that this also automatically includes the success generated from a triumph. Yeah, so your missiles miss. But here's what you can do, because they do have the guided quality to them, which is a fun. So like you do the whole space drift turn, and all across your super analog heads-up display, you're getting feeds onto the heat signatures of several of the fighters, and that's what you use to lock on. So you kapew, kapew, and you see the 2 missiles whoosh, shoot straight out from the wings and miss the fighters, but you can see them start to arc back around. So what you can do is you can spend that triumph to activate the guided quality, and that basically it lets you re-roll using a number of green die equal to the guided quality, which is 3. So if you want to go ahead and re-roll that, it will be purple, purple, green, green, green for your next check, and you can just do that right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else I would do with the triumph, so there's no reason not to. Let's do nothing or do something. 2 purple, 3 green.
Yep, that's correct. Oh, all right. A big hit. So you see one of the missiles, just hits, like it clips the shielding on the Womp Rat Bastard and just kind of blows up, and you see the of the shield kind of emanate out like a wave. But one of the missiles arcs completely around the ship and comes back and just slams into one of these fighters and tears it to shreds.
I meant to do that. Whomever is
whoever's listening,
whoever's the air battle control person on this, or space
ATC,
battle control for SBC,
or FTC, fighter traffic control. Cool. So splash 1, good job, Aaron. Next is an NPC slot.
As a quick thing, Gunner's gonna reach. He's got his knife right here still. Kind of reaches over, kind of makes a little mark on this little sidebar of the ship. There's 2 marks already. He makes a 3rd one.
Excellent.
Cool.
All right. Next up is an NPC slot, and boy howdy, those fighters are mad. You see them now that you've blown one of them up. you have kicked the proverbial hornet's nest, and they break off and move to engage with you. So you see them speed up, and they're gonna attempt to engage. Luckily for you, they're not very good. Let's see if you take any damage here. Ouch. Okay. You take 7 whole damage, reduced by the armor of the Z95. Oh wait, no. You should have one more.
Could I get the? Where are the Z95 stats?
In the resources channel.
Oh, okay. I clicked on clicked on the interceptor thing. I'm like, I'm not an interceptor yet.
No, not yet.
All right, so that was 8.
So 7.
7 minus the armor.
Yes. So you take 4 whole damage.
Ooh, I'm feeling it.
Yeah. So these 3 fighters start to strafe, and one of them lands a nasty blow right onto one of your wings. And you see smoke, and of course your cockpit fills with steam and sparks, because that's what happens in every Star Wars ship whenever it gets hit.
I can't hold it.
R.I.P. Porkins.
My favorite like I can't hold it is I can't hold it, and then it's like McDonald's in his hands. It's like, oh! It's very mean.
All right. Next is a PC slot. Is there anything anyone would like to try to do? The ships are now within range of each other. You can try to fire your Exil if you'd like. You are within range with your turret. You can try to fire at the Womp Rat Bastard, or you can try to shoot at some of the fighters that are currently engaged with Aaron.
I think I'm gonna try to take out some of those fighters.
Okay, cool.
First.
So your difficulty, because the Emperor Leopold is 5 silhouette and these fighters are 3 silhouette, your difficulty is going to be hard. So give me a hard gunnery check if you would like to fire.
All right, and hard is 3.
3 purples. That's correct.
Cool. Let's see. Where's my gunnery? What's my gunnery? 4 greens. So this is gonna be interesting.
All right. Let's see what we got.
Can I mean, we've got them. I might as well spend a light side to upgrade one of those to a yellow.
Go for it. All right, 2 successes. So you are using a light-linked blaster cannon. So it's basically one of the things. It's the same thing that's like mounted on top of the Millennium Falcon. So it's like as it tracks across, and you manage to clip one of the fighters for 7 damage, and it sparks and sputters. And there's a long trail of flame and smoke coming from the back of it, but it's not quite down. These things are pretty garbage. So all right, next PC slot. Is there anything anyone would like to do? Echo's already tried.
Yes, I think I'm the only one left, and I don't really have an idea for what I can do. It doesn't make much sense for me to be doing any of these things that were listed.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with sitting tight, though.
Okay.
Vrel's not particularly relevant. Maybe having the med bay prepped, is there somewhere that I can spend my turn heading?
Yeah.
Where I could assist further?
Yeah,
maybe to command. I can do sensor stuff.
Yeah, you could head to the bridge or to the CIC and attempt to do something like jamming or plot coursing. Plotting the course. Excuse me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll say I spend my turn heading up to CIC.
Excellent. And now it is time for the Womp Rat Bastard to fire, and it's going to fire its main cannons, main 2 front-mounted cannons at the Emperor Leopold. Luckily, the Emperor Leopold does have some pretty good shielding. It's gonna do one of these, two of these.
Did we remember the black dice that Echo put on?
Yes,
Enemies?
that was included when the fighters fired at.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
Making sure.
Cool. Got the front-mounted lasers. All right, so the ship kind of rocks, but anyone, Aaron, you see specifically particles start to gather at the front of the Womp Rat Bastard, and then two beams fire and kind of break like a wave would upon a rock against the shields of the front shields of the Emperor Leopold. And now it is the Emperor Leopold's turn, and those of you on board, you hear Captain Antu call over comms, "Fire torpedoes!" And the ship rumbles, and two blue streaks come out from underneath the main cannons and arc towards the Womp Rat Bastard. And we'll see if it hits. Boop. No, they do not. So you see the two torpedoes, again, much like a wave breaking on a rock, the explosion kind of forms around this egg of shielding around the ship. But now we are back to the top of the initiative order. The two ships are now within short range of each other. And basically, it is a swarm of blaster fire. Just like all the weapons are firing now. Cannons, turrets, just everything. It is a swarm. So, who would like the first PC slot?
I'll take it just because, like, I'm in a lot of danger and I'd like to get rid of all of the fighter craft before they do the same to myself.
Good plan.
Go for it.
All right. Got it. Sorry, I've been reading these things. I'm trying to make sure there's anything to it.
Yeah.
Mitigate stress.
The evasive maneuver. I don't know if it's a maneuver in action.
Evasive maneuver. It's a maneuver.
Yeah, the evasive maneuvers maneuver. That's going to be your best friend.
Yes, it is. I will. I'm gonna fire at one of the fighter craft. Do any of that look? Did any share some of the damage from those torpedoes, or was it just the?
It just destroyed the one. This is
Got it.
basically a minion group of fighters.
Okay. Do any look extra jank? No, wait, they're a minion group, so I treat them as several ships pretending to be one big ship under a tarp. Got it.
Yeah.
In which case, I'm just gonna I'll just fire at one. I'll just fire at the group then.
Okay, cool. So your difficulty is going to be 2 poibles. Two
Good.
poibles.
You know what? Just to practice, if I spend a light side token, I can upgrade one of my greens to yellows and have 3 yellows. Correct?
That is correct.
Cool. I just want to practice that so I remember to do it when it matters.
Yes.
If unless anyone objects to that, I want to.
You got a pretty healthy balance. We're at 4 and 5 respectively. So
Yeah. I just drag it off, or do I?
Yeah, just drag it into the chat box.
Got it. I have used a light side. Oh, they use the word chit again. This is such a vulgar game.
All right. So, your wingtip cannons have the linked quality to them, so you can spend those 2 advantages to just get another hit for free.
I will do that.
Okay, cool. So you deal a total of 7 damage from your blaster cannons, which means you blow up the one that Exil had already clipped with his explosives or his laser cannon, and then you blow that one up. It's like in that strafing run, you hit one, it blows up in a cloud of smoke, and you hit another one, and it too starts billowing and belching flame and smoke from behind
Nice.
it.
And then to end my term, evasive maneuvers. Serpentine.
Yep.
Space serpentine. Space worm.
All right. And then it's the end of your turn, so we're going to go to the next PC slot. So who would like to take it?
So I'll just boost Shields again.
All right, go ahead
Train?
and no, that's just the engine. It's
Space train.
This is the steam train chugging
Man.
through space.
That is the engine.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's the battle station's alarm, is the whistle. All right.
Ooh.
So, boost shields.
Whoa.
On a successful check, the vehicle suffers 1 system strain, increases the defense of 1 defensive zone by 1 until the beginning of next turn. Additional successes increase the duration by 1 round per. So yeah, so you're like, all right, you know, crank it up, and yeah, the big lever. The Echo has to like jump up and hang on for a moment before it loosens from its rust and falls back down. And there is like a shower of sparks, kind of like come over you, but the shields now. Typically, when shields are up, you can't see them anyway. They're typically just like a splash. Something will splash against it. But now the rest of you see that the shields are glowing blue now.
Hey.
Ooh, blue is good.
Yes, that is the color you want them to be glowing. Ideally.
I think that worked. Yeah, I think that worked.
Fantastic, Echo. Over.
All right. Now it is an NPC slot, and the fighters are going to continue to try and shoot at Gunner. Oh, yeah, you're evasive, so it upgrades by 1. All right, here we go. Boop. Oh, all right. So you take 7 more damage, reduced
All
by
right.
reduced by armor.
Got it. So that's 4 more damage.
Yep. But
Am I
you
dead?
Are you at your
Is HT threat? That's
yeah?
hit.
Whole
I'm
trauma.
at.
Yeah.
All right. I am at 1.
And when you exceed that threshold, you don't blow up and die. Your ship is considered disabled, and then whatever happens after that, that might kill you. All right. So again, these 2 ships, one of them not looking so good. One does manage to land another blow on your other wingtip, and now as you're flying, you just feel like it's like an old car on a gravel road as you're trying to fly. Next BC slot. Who wants to do something?
I might as well try to take out more of those fighters.
Alright.
Since there's only a few left.
Yeah, there's 2 left.
Yeah.
All right, so hard gunnery, please. And I'm going to throw a token. So upgrade that to 1 red and 2 purples.
All right. Can I take an aim maneuver for this?
Yep, you can aim.
Cool. I'm gonna do that. Give myself a boost.
Boost.
Yeah.
Ooh, all right.
Boosted nothing.
So your turret is linked as well. It has 2 different barrels that fires, so you can spend those 2 advantages to activate linked if you'd like.
Heck. Yes.
Okay,
Let's
cool.
do that.
So
Why not?
For 8 damage a pop, you blast one out of the sky, and you kind of blast the other one. So you
Nice.
knocked out both the remaining fighters. Great job, Red. I really relied on you to get something done. All right. So, Aaron, you see like blaster fire coming your way, and you're like, "Oh shit, what do I do?" And it blasts the 2 other fighters out of the sky around you.
So there's no more people trying to kill me in this close vicinity.
Yes,
Oh.
excellent.
Gunner lets out a woohoo and a thank you. For the sake of our ears, I will not act that out, but believe me, I feel very happy.
So the 2 ships now are kind of pulling alongside each other.
Classic space piracy.
Exactly, and
Time to
now
go
all of
outside.
these their front cannons aren't really useful right now, but you see the fighters or the turrets are just all blasting at each other. Most of the rounds, if they make it through the shields, are just pinging harmlessly off the armor, because both of these ships are pretty heavily armored. But yeah, it is now an NPC slot. No, it's a PC slot, excuse me. So I think the only one left is Vrel. What would you like to do?
They were firing on us with missiles, right?
They did fire. They fire on you with their frontal cannons.
Okay. In that case, there's no point in doing that. What effect does jamming communications have on combat? Because it says it makes it harder for them to use communication systems, but what does that exactly entail?
I would say it would prevent them from a mechanical standpoint. I would say it would prevent them from passing advantages as boosts to each other.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would use it as.
And of course, any other important orders would be more difficult to get out. You'd have to make a check.
Precisely.
Okay, I'll try that then.
Yeah, so go ahead and do a jamming action, so a medium computer check, and take a boost, because they're undisciplined pirates, and they're just broadcasting over open frequencies.
Cool.
Excellent.
I got a success, but 2 threats.
2 threats. I'm going to say take 2 strain from that. You kind of overload the computers that you're working on. You put too much juice through the terminals, and you get a nice nasty little shock.
I was like, alternatively, these computers aren't made for my hands.
Yeah,
I've got big Trandoshan hands and stupid keyboards. I'm just pissed off.
It's this damn humanocentric galaxy. Accessibility is not in the interest of them.
Of the Empire, exactly. All right. But you do manage to overload the frequencies that they're broadcasting on, and you just pour a bunch of white noise into there and kind of drown out all orders. So
awesome. Excellent
job. All right. So it is now the turn of the Womp Rat Bastard. And you see... there's displays in here that kind of show the exterior of the ship. There's displays in the CIC, that show the exterior of the ship. And you see, a la old-timey pirate ships, you see ports start to open on the side of the Interceptor. And you see barrels kind of poking out.
What's in the barrels?
And there are explosions. There's 3 explosions on the side of the Womp Rat Bastard. And we're going to see if this works. I hope this works, or else a lot of people are going to die. Okay.
What kind of people? Our people or real people? Pirate scum.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's an interesting result. So there's 3 explosions, one from each of these ports, and the Emperor Leopold kind of rocks to the side as it hits, and the lights flicker and then go out and then come back on and are just red. And a different alarm. Usually the all hands to battle stations alarm is like a boing, boing, but now it's a bell, like a ringing bell, and you hear the captain come over ship comms and say, "Prepare to repel boarders."
Hell yeah.
You just got boarded. Boarding actions are best actions. Okay. So, now we are back to the top of the initiative order. Who wants to go? There are, so as it comes into the CIC, just to paint the scene a little bit more, as it comes into the CIC, there are 2 groups of boarders on the engineering deck, which is the 3rd deck, and then one kind of on the main 2nd level deck, which is where most of everything is, including the med bay. But the bridge and the CIC are on the top deck.
So engineering's 2 decks away, med bay is 1 deck away, basically.
Mhm.
Should I go to defend the med bay? Or should I go to defend Echo? If there's 2 parties down there, I feel like heading towards Echo is probably a good idea.
It's like,
But I have to
how
imagine-
close are the boarding parties to Echo? I mean, am I
They're
seeing
in.
something?
They're boarding engineering.
Yeah, they're on the engineering deck. You're kind of in the engine room right now. You don't see them right now.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
if they go for the engines more,
Yeah,
We can heal
Who knows
people when we leave. If we can.
I'm not worried. I'm not worried about. Yeah. I'm worried about defending right now.
Mhm.
Remind me where everyone else is.
Echo is on. You are on the main deck, or no, sorry, not
Yeah.
Echo.
I know Gunner's off on a ship.
Mhm.
Exil is.
Exil's on the main deck, which is kind of where all the gunnery stations are.
Mhm.
Which
Which is the one that's getting one of the ones that's getting boarded, right?
precisely.
Okay.
And then Echo is in engineering on the 3rd deck.
All right. Well, can I take this slot to head to the mid deck and try to meet up with Exil? Because I don't think I'm going to be much use on the big computers. I got big clunky hands. I'm pissed off. I want to punch some stuff. I
Big-
need to recover some strain.
Big meaty claws. Yeah, so we see a brief scene. It's the shaky action cam of Exil or Vrel running down the hallway, pressing the elevator button. Ding, opens up. Smash cut to Exil or Vrel. Sorry, excuse me. I don't know why I'm getting the 2 of you mixed up. To Vrel going down the elevator with some like elevator music. Do, 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 do. Bing.
So it's just like it's
Opens up.
a catchy elevator remix of the Imperial March.
Yeah. Elevator door opens on the main deck, and it's smoky and sparks are flying because you literally got hit with the assault boat. It fired like a bullet out of the Womp Rat bastard. So there's and penetrated into the hole. And so it's like smoky, and there's sparks flying everywhere, of course. And you can already hear some of the crew who have been running around are engaging with the boarders. You can hear gunshots coming from your left. Blaster shots, excuse me, coming from your left. So I'm going to say it took you a maneuver, because things are a lot more abstracted in space combat. So it took you a maneuver to get to this deck. So you still have another maneuver and your action, if you'd like.
Well, I don't know. I would have to take my other maneuver, but I am really high on strain right now.
Yeah, I mean, so you can downgrade your action to a second maneuver if you'd like and not take any strain.
Oh, does that work?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, it's your action to turn it into a maneuver.
Cool.
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I'll do a maneuver as an action then.
Okay.
So. Sorry, I got a little lost as to where exactly I am on the scene. What do I see before me?
Yeah, so as you step out of the elevator into the hallway, it's filled with smoke and sparks. And as you turn to your left, you can see kind of around a corner is you can see some other members of the Emperor Leopold's crew appear to be fighting some of the boarders. You can see them,
Okay.
they're crouched behind crates and stuff, and firing over them, and bolts are being returned.
Do I know this to be the wing that Exil was in?
Yes, I would imagine.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I will take the action as a maneuver to move up towards that and get into cover.
Okay, so as you peer around the corner, you see that there's a group of 6 or 7 pirates. They're very, various alien species, and they're armed with, clubs and blaster pistols mostly. But you do see amongst them, kind of directing their efforts, is a large Aqualish, the
Ooh.
walrus bug guys. who is in some heavier looking armor and it has a blaster rifle in his hands. And is not firing it as much as the other pirates, but he's directing them.
Very cool.
Alrighty. So now we have a PC slot, I believe, because it would be the fighters, but the fighters are all dead. So,
yeah, if I could take that to, get out of my turret controls and start heading towards the borders.
yeah, I would say with 2 maneuvers, you could basically be at this impasse of, you like disengage from your gunnery station and take 3 steps out, and you look, and there's Vrel and some other crew members trying to fight off these borders.
Nice. Yeah, I'll do that for my 2 maneuvers and shoot
Okay, cool.
at some borders.
So are you shooting at the Aqualish, or are you shooting at the group of pirates? They're 2 separate entities.
Let's take out.
I was gonna say, if I can speak to Exel, whoever
sure.
is, I would definitely point out the leader.
Yeah, more, I think, important to take out the leader in a case like this, because big tough guy pirates are weird.
Okay.
They follow their leader.
Yeah, so you are in medium range from him.
Cool.
And he has adversary 1 and 1 defense. He's a beefy boy.
So that means my difficulty is
1 red, 1 purple, 1 setback.
cool. I took my 2 maneuvers to move, so I can't aim or true aim right now, but that's okay. I'll do that next time.
All right.
Nice.
Solid hit.
Very good.
2 successes, so that means 7 damage.
7 damage. All right, so you sight him down with your blaster, and it hits him dead in the chest, and he kind of stumbles backwards a little bit, and looks at you very angrily. His large black eyes, you can see them noticeably as they shift their focus to you, Exil, angrily.
Yeah.
Angry. What would you like to do with those 2 advantages?
I think I'll use those 2 advantages to recover that strain.
Sure, works for me.
Because I'm going to be doing a lot of maneuvers.
Okay. Up next is an NPC slot, and it's going to be those pirates. And they're going to shoot at Exul.
Yay.
Luckily for you, they're not very good at shooting.
Aha!
They're like orcs. They just like shooting. They don't mind if they hit them accurately. And when I say orcs, I mean 40k orcs.
Are you telling me these pirates are fungus?
More DACA.
40k is wild.
It's yes. So again, they're not even aiming. They're just holding out the pistols and squeezing the trigger. And
Holding it sideways.
yeah,
helps.
blaster bolts are just flying everywhere, pinging off of crates and bulkheads. But none actually manage to hit you, Exil. All right. We go to another PC turn.
Is there anybody else in the engine room with me?
There's the other Ugnaught mechanic, and there's Grease, and they both have blasters with them.
Is there a way for me to lock the engine room away from rest of engineering? Because there are one entrance, or
yeah, there's
Probably a blast door.
yeah, there's one entrance and a heavy blast door. So technically the ship's not on lockdown, so you'd have to give me either a hard mechanics or medium computers to override and lock down the engine room.
Right. Let's see. I will do that.
Oh God, what is that noise?
Oh, so that might have been me. I was tapping.
Just drumming. Yeah.
Yeah, I was tapping on my mic stand. Sorry.
Don't do that.
All right, so 2 difficulty computers.
Yep.
And I upgraded.
Here we go. All right.
Nice.
A good roll. Yeah, so you walk up to one of the security terminals in the engine room, and you distinctly remember walking past Grease's workstation and seeing his like admin password just on a sticky note on the monitor, and you're like, okay, here you go, boop, 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 boop. And a heavy blast door with a small viewport. It was unfortunately a little high for you to see out of, but you hear the heavy footfalls coming around the corner as this blast door falls right in front of you, sealing off the engine room from the rest of the Emperor Leopold. And a few minutes later, you hear thunk, 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 thunk.
Then I will just draw my holdout and get in
We're not
position.
here.
Not gonna answer. Not gonna say a word.
Yeah.
Just basically, like duck into a corner with a holdout blaster aimed at the door.
No one's here.
Yeah.
Sir, we said no one's here. Should we come back later?
Uh,
And
Is your mother home? Good adults.
Thunk, 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 thunk. And then after a few minutes, a few moments pass, and you hear heavy footfalls going the other way. All right. Next is my initiative is all out of track. I think it is a PC turn next. So, Aaron, it is your turn. I think you were the only PC who has not acted this round.
All right. Did the firing off? Gunner's original plan was to go in because his ship's about to be disabled, and that would be the smart thing to do, and he needs to go back to the hangar. But
Mhm.
is there any? Did the launching of those craft
Mhm.
open up any vulnerabilities in the big enemy ship?
You could make me a hard piloting check, and you can do like an attack run on the ship, and we'll see what happens. So give me a space piloting with 3 purples.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure I'm statted properly. Activate flyboy procedure.
Oh,
Flyboy procedure did not go well, Captain.
all right. So as you kind of bring your Z95 back around, so because you would have noticed that these ports are open on the side of the ship, and as we all know, ports are a real good target for missiles in Star Wars. But unfortunately, you can't get a clear firing solution. So if you want to try to target those ports, I'll still let you, but I'm going to use that failure to upgrade your attack.
How difficult would that attack be then?
So because you're a much smaller target, firing at a bigger target, your difficulty would technically be just 1 purple, as that's going to be upgraded to a red, and then you're going to have 4 setbacks. You're going to have 2 from the defense of the shielding of the ship, and then 2 from it being a called shot, firing at a specific place. So it's going to be 1 red and 4 setbacks.
Whew, that's
you got this. It's in your name.
Okay,
You
okay.
got this.
You guys are gonna get me killed. Every time I question about doing things, you guys have told me to do it. You're gonna get Gunner killed. Gunner likes that.
There's only 1 red. You'll be fine.
That's the maximum of 1 despair you can
Just
roll.
don't sneeze.
Look, we're just gonna load you up with Claritin and send you into a war zone. You'll be fine.
All right.
You know what? I'm gonna take another light side.
Go
I'm
for
gonna be
it.
selfish, and I really want to do something cool.
Do it. See what
Oh
happens.
god, he's got so many dark side points. I'm scared.
I can undo it. I can say no, thank you.
No,
But,
it's
No, 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 no.
Go for it.
I pulled the little digital thing into the thing, and I don't know if you can undo that.
You have to move one back, but no, you can. By
Yeah.
all means.
All right.
I can't tell you what to do. It's funny.
So 4 setbacks, 4 black,
4 setbacks, 1 red.
Got
3
it.
difficulty.
and that first pilot check was my maneuver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Dang. Yeah.
I mean,
unfortunately.
That is a abysmal. The setbacks barely even got me. Like, it's right. Am I looking at that right? Where it's like, I guess
two failures from the setbacks.
I rolled bad on those yellows and greens.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
I'll take a system strain to. Can I take a system strain because like I kind of like strafed in between our ships?
Mhm.
Could I just take 1 strain to do 1 maneuver to get back in our hangar?
Oh yeah, for sure. And the hangar is on the mid deck, too, which is where Exul and Vrel are.
Got it. So I'll after like you guys hear truck, and
Yeah,
then I do like another like just going in way too fast into the hangar, and then quick pull around.
Yes.
Fire, wind and fire from the back of the ship as it pulls around. All the loose papers and a couple wrenches go flying, and then it sets down. And Gunner like, yeah, I'm gonna leap out as immediately as I can.
Pulls the ejection lever.
Slides into the
I
ceiling.
got a carbine because it's small, so I can keep it in the ship.
Yep. So the 2 missiles that you fired, they just detonate on either side of the. They detonate on either side of the port. You're not quite able to land that shot, unfortunately. You had your targeting computer on. I don't know what happened.
I turned it off.
Yeah.
But, wait. I'm by rules of creation, I'm not allowed for that to help.
And I'm gonna spend that threat to have Aaron take a strain, because you did a pretty high G maneuver trying to pull that off.
But gee,
The G's.
okay, my proper moral actions in the last couple games to keep my strain low. So.
Yes, you were unstrained.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So next up is the Aqualish. He's going to fire his big pew at the person who shot him. Boop, boop, boop. 2 of these. 1 of these. And he's going to aim just for fun.
Well, me.
Yep. Little old
Oh.
Exul. Boop. Well, that's an interesting roll. All right, so I'm gonna say that his shot comes so close to you, Exul, that it causes you to drop your weapon out of fear,
Oof.
and
Dang it.
you are also gonna take a setback on your next check.
You Jar Jar Binks it.
So he swings the rifle around and just lets off a string of bolts, and the first few are inaccurate, but the third one passes like right by your ear, and your ear is warm from how close it came, and it causes you to like fumble and drop your weapon and have to stay ducked behind some crates in order to maintain your composure. Yeah, but we are going to go back to the top of the initiative order with a PC slot. We're more or less ignoring the 2 ships now that everyone's back aboard the Emperor Leopold.
They're duking it out.
Yeah, like the ship's
Fine.
shaking as it's fires is being returned and taken. But with no one in the CIC, you don't know how it's going. The engines are holding up just fine, and like power regulation is still fine from where Echo is, but things are going okay-ish The ship hasn't blown up yet, so that's always a positive.
It's usually a good sign.
Yes. All right, so PC turn. Who is up first? Who would like to go?
There's 2 PC slots here, right?
Yes.
This one and the next one.
Yep.
I think Exil should go and then I should go, so that the engaged penalty doesn't apply when Exil shoots again.
Sure.
Probably a good idea. Yeah.
Right.
I always forget about fucking engaged.
I'm gonna make it my duty to remember it because I'm the only one that inflicts it on people here. I
In
am
this
the
game,
only
yes.
melee character.
All right, cool. I'm going to pick my gun back.
Okay, that is a maneuver.
Cool. Mm, 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 mm. I'm just reading over what True Aim does again. Gonna do that.
Upgrades your check and adds the normal blue die.
Boost, yes. I'm gonna do that for the 2 strain for my second maneuver.
Okay.
And that I'm gonna shoot him.
You're gonna shoot the Aqualish?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
He almost gave me a new ear piercing that I did not want.
Yeah, really. Yeah, so difficulty is going to be 1 red, 1 purple, and 2 setbacks, because he gave you a setback with his 5 advantage.
Alright, so 2 yellows, 2 greens, and blue, 1 black, 1 red, and 1 purple.
2 blacks.
Yes. 2 blacks. Pew. 4 successes, 2 advantages.
Wow, that is a solid pew.
Yay!
So,
Good pew.
with those successes, that would be 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay, so this is so your first shot. It was mostly absorbed by the armor. Like his chest plate of his armor has a big burn mark on it. But this one, you managed to land it. He's kind of a portly Aqualish, so there's a nice like separation of a few inches between his thorax plate and his stomach plate, and you land it right in the gap, the nice doughy gap between the 2 plates, and he lets out a grunt of pain and kind of like lurches forward a little bit, but is still on his feet.
Cool. I'm gonna use those advantages to pass off a boost to Vrel.
To Vrel.
Yay!
You got it. All right, Vrel, it is your turn.
It is.
The pirates and the Aqualish are both medium range from you.
All right. That unfortunately means that I can't get to them in 1 maneuver. Curses.
Get yourself a jetpack. Actually, there
Give me a
is
jetpack.
a hoverboard item. It is legitimately
foot speeder.
Yeah, it's a foot speeder.
Mhm. No, in our Genesis game, my girlfriend's been trying to get her hands on one of those for her mechanic. It's great.
Yeah.
Lord. All right. God, movement is hard. I am gonna take the strain to go up.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it. I'm putting myself at a big strain risk here, and you're probably gonna murder me for it at some point. But it's fine. I'm gonna do it. I wanna punch things. Pearl's getting pissed off. All right.
Quit shooting my ship.
You're making so much more work for me. So yeah, I'm gonna go right for the leader.
Okay. The big
I'm gonna
beefy boy.
juggernaut my ass in there.
Mhm.
I gotta get myself some big heavy armor. That'd be really rad. Okay, so my brawl is now rank 2, so this will be against a red, a purple, and a black,
Yep, that's
Correct.
correct. Mhm.
and I
Yes.
get a boost.
A boost. Yep, that's correct.
Oh, not a blue, a black. All right, let's see how this goes. Ah, come on.
Ooh. Ouch.
Oh, well.
That's not good.
Nope. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm going to spend those advantages to reduce my strain immediately.
You do have a boost that you forgot to roll, so you could turn this into a success.
Oh,
Gusto.
please. It's going to roll blank. It always rolls blank.
Yep.
Yeah. Blue die are like the most useless, and then black die fuck everything up.
Oh, man.
Because you know that black die right there?
Yep.
There's the reason that I don't have a success. Look at all the successes I rolled. They were fine. Oh well.
Alrighty, so how do I want to spend that to spare?
I trip. I don't know. How do you spend despair?
Sneeze.
Mm,
Can Trandoshan sneeze?
I mean, I have a nose,
yeah, I don't know if they have a
but
sneeze.
I'm not taking your signature failure sneeze. That's you.
I know. I just got into. I made a joke and then I wondered about your beautiful species anatomy.
Let's
I
see.
have a very large nose.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and use that to upgrade. I'm gonna narratively you leave yourself really wide open, so I'm gonna take that as an upgrade for the Aqualish's next check, just a free
Sounds.
upgrade on his dice.
Yep.
And I think now is a good time to take a quick break.
Wait.
Oh,
Do I have to hit successfully to activate weapon qualities?
yes.
Like I have to deal damage?
Unless it's the only one I think specifically that you don't need that on, or there's two, is Blast and Guided. Yeah.
Damn.
So, all right, everyone. Well, we are going to take a quick break to grab something to drink, grab a snacky or two, and we will be back in the next 5 to 10 minutes with the thrilling conclusion of this battle in space. So don't go anywhere unless it's somewhere to be quickly back with a snack and a nice tall frosty glass of blue milk. So I will see all of you in just a few minutes. Alrighty, and we are back. So where we last left off from our break, Vrel had tried to hit a huge haymaker on this big Aqualish who seems to be leading the boarding parties against the Emperor Leopold. So we pick back up. It is now the very pirates whom they are fighting against. It is now their turn. And they are going to attempt to just keep up the fire, but they're going to move a little closer. And they're going to shoot at Exul with their little pistols. Pew! Nice. So, Exul, you take 7 damage, reduced by soak. You're muted.
I'd rather not.
But you do, unfortunately.
Okay.
Such is life.
Rip.
So yeah, one of these errant blaster bolts catches Exul in the arm. As these pirates, your other arm, yeah. As these pirates advance, down in engineering, Echo, you hear again these heavy footfalls, thump, 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 coming closer, and then you hear something very distinct. You hear the sound of a fusion cutter igniting, and you see starting at the base of this blast door, a shower of sparks starts coming through the other side, and molten metal starts to pool where these sparks are, and it slowly starts going up, and it looks as though they are cutting out a nice little frame. It's going to be a little while. It's slow progress, but they're they're making it through. Let's see. So Exul, Vrel, then pirates, other pirates. So PC turn. Echo or Aaron, who would like to go?
Is there another PC slot right after this?
It is the Aqualish after this.
Got it.
I was gonna say, could we, one of us, does Aaron let everyone know that he's back?
Would Gunner do that? Yes.
Or radioing what's the situation? Borders.
Yeah, Gunner's
Nothing can tell him.
vaulting over the side of his fighter, on the ground, carbine in hand, ready to move, and snare for nothing. And I was like, I'm back aboard. And then my plan was just to head straight for all Echo. Is it alright if I just take the shot?
Yeah.
The slot, or do you want to prepare stuff for?
No,
I
you're
guess
good.
it doesn't matter if the Aqualish goes. Aqualish is going to be like, I need to go to engineering. Or I don't know how they talk. Yeah, Gunner would notify everybody that he's back on board, just in general security. Like, this is my status channel, which I assume you guys are hooked up in. And then
My general suggestion was that Aaron would go to help Echo.
that is
Vision engineering. So there's 2 parties down there, yeah.
what I was saying. Yeah, that's exactly. I was just going to say I was en route to engineering, because even if Gunner had not, Gunner does not know the status of what's going on there, but to him, that's the biggest. The plan was to get the ship out of here. That's the biggest threat. So,
Mm-hmm.
how far can I make it in my turn, Mike?
I would say, because we're in this weird abstract between ship and other sorts of things, I'm going to say it would take you a maneuver to get to the elevator and to go down. And then once that opens, again, action shaky cam of Aaron vaulting out of his Z95. Give me a sit rep. Bing! standing in the elevator. Boo,
All right.
boo, 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 bing, whoosh, and then back on engineering. Yeah, you hear the the elevator doors, and you can hear the sound of a fusion cutter going, and it's to your left and around a corner, and you hear a gruff voice says, "Oh, you see that little furry Kronger standing around? I'm fairly certain he gave me a rude gesture. Oh."
Well, first off, I heroically run up and say, "That furry Kronger is my friend." No. Have at thee, and I take out only my vibro knife. I have one more frag grenade, actually.
Oh, okay.
Spent a lot. That obligation sure helping. Echo, did you raise your hand? Do you not?
Oh no, I said great.
Okay, yeah. All right, I will. Can I get to them on this turn in the same maneuver turn, or do I need to spend another maneuver to get to them?
You'd have to spend your second maneuver to go like around the corner, and from there you'll be at medium range from them.
Got it.
So if you have the strong arm talent, you can throw things up to medium range, but as of right now, grenades are only short range weapons.
Got it. Well, I will. Okay, this is. How am I gonna do this? There's no way I can get closer, and I don't have. I have like I'm pretty strong arms. Okay, I work out, but I don't have, and I do not have strong arms. Gunner does not have strong arms. So, strong arm feet, very strong arms. He's a good guy. It works.
So you are in.
I am
medium range.
I'm in medium.
Yeah.
Then I will. I mean, if I'm in medium range, does it look like how close does it look like they are getting to the place?
They are about a third of the way cutting through the door.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Choose to immediately. Could I move there sneakily, like quick but fast with my maneuver?
Yeah, give me a. This will be a medium stealth check with a setback. So 2 purples and 1 setback for a stealth check.
What is my stealth at? Okay. Two purples? 3 purples?
2 purples, 1 setback.
Got it. I've already taken. Is there a limit to the amount of strain I can take per turn? I have Stalker and I kind of want to use it, but I've already taken 1 strain, so
there's no limit to the amount of strain that you can take, but you can only take 2 maneuvers per turn.
Got it. I think this is just adds a bonus die per rank of Stalker to his coordination and stealth checks.
Stalker isn't a maneuver. You can do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a maneuver. I think it's just you get it.
It's just a passive thing you get.
Oh,
I have
okay.
Stalker. In our other game.
I don't even get strained it then. Nice.
Yep.
2 purples, 2 setbacks, and then my agility. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm drunk.
Oh, a bummer. Yeah, so you.
I have not been rolling hot today.
No. The dice gods are upset. You must have done something wrong.
I'm sorry.
But you go to like sneak around the corner, and as you're about to step over, you kick like an errant wrench that's just on the ground, and it cling 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 cling.
Think about the disorganization of the Verpine guy greases place, and I'm like, grease. And that's what I spend my whole action just screaming grease. Do they like for sure know I'm there? I don't have the element of surprise anymore.
Yeah, they turn, and there's about 8 or so people here. It's 2 groups of boarders. There's about eight guys, and they all kind of like turn and go, "Oi, it's one of the crew. Get him!" Yeah,
space cockneys. All right. I mean, since I can't, could I ready my grenade that if they come within short range?
There's no ready actions.
Then I'll just fire my carbine at it.
Okay.
Is there a boss guy, or are they just two enemies?
It's just a bunch of normies, as they say.
All right, that's a heavy range check.
Heavy ranged, 2 difficulty.
All right. God, the clicking takes so long.
Yes. Ooh. Okay.
I did okay. I'm sorry for doubting you, Dice Gods.
Nice.
They giveth and taketh. So take 1 more strain from that threat.
That's okay. Got it.
Yeah. Ouch. And then how much damage is that?
Let's see. My carbine does 9, so that is 14.
14. So you squeeze off a few shots from your carbine, and there's like 8 guys, and they're all starting to run at you now, except for the one on the fusion cutter. And you drop 2 of them as they begin to close in. Okay. It is the Aquilish's turn. Unless Echo would like to try to do something.
Come at me.
Is there anything you would like to prepare? It's still going to be a couple rounds before they get through the door.
Yeah, I would just yell at Grease and the Ugnotic, what his name is, that prepare to shoot when the door's open.
Okay.
Set a trap.
Right. I don't have anything other than the incoming terrain.
Dig a pit.
I will take the guarded stance.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be a Vrel. Do you have any defense?
Do you not have any defense? If he's staying engaged with me and shooting with the big gun, it's 3 perps, right?
Yeah, he's just gonna try to punch you.
Okay, good. I like this man.
He's yeah.
Punch, fight.
A glimmer of respect goes through Vrel's eyes.
Yeah. He's gonna try to give you a good bopping. All right.
Let's fight.
Yeah. So he like headbutts you. So like you throw this big haymaker and he catches it in one hand and just like headbutts you on the snout for 6 damage.
All right.
He's big and strong.
Soak most of that.
Yes.
But that's cool.
This just gives you a big old boop on the snoot.
You miss snoot.
Alrighty, and then last but not least, it is going to be the downstairs pirates' turn, and they're going to move 1 to short with Aaron, and then they're going to try to shoot him with their blaster pistols, but they're very bad at it. So we'll see if it works. Aaron, you take 7 damage reduced by your soak. Alrighty, and back to the top of the initiative order, we have got a PC slot, so whoever would like to claim it can.
If no one else wants to, I will.
Alright, go for it.
I was going to say Rel should probably take it first,
Cool.
if anything.
Okay.
Are you gonna boop this guy back?
Yeah. Heck yeah. Alright. I'll use an aim maneuver.
Alright.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That. Alright. No force dice getting thrown around?
Nope, no tokens. I'm not gonna spend one.
Cool. Let's try. Why am I rolling despairs? What is this? Well, I get the
did hit him.
success at least.
Yeah, you get the success.
God, what the hell? That's not fair. I am cursed. Okay. That is going to be, however, 10 damage.
10 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, so you give him a big old slap with your... You have sap gloves, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so you just give him a big old slap on the face, and he stumbles backwards.
I like uppercut him.
Yeah, he's looking a little bit on the ropes, but you have found yourself overextended. And
My fist runs out of ammo.
yes, no, you have found yourself overextended, and you hit him a little too hard. And as you punch, you hear something crack within the glove, and the gloves are now damaged by one step.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Damn shoddy things.
He has a really hard skull, so it barked your gloves a little bit. So your gloves are now minorly damaged. Anytime you use them, you add a setback.
Ah. That sucks.
Alrighty. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I should probably disengage, but my strain. I will disengage. Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna move back to short.
Yeah. I get out of the way so that Exil can come in.
Sounds good.
Also,
Alrighty.
that 10 damage was strain. Vel's almost always attacking strain, if
Okay.
it matters.
Good to know.
Mhm.
Yeah, he looks like he's on the ropes.
Cool.
Alrighty, that is the end of the first PC slot. We have one right after that.
So I think Vrel does hiss to Exil. Stun him. We want him alive.
Finish him.
All right, I guess I'll take the next one and
You're gonna have to
stun-
move into short range.
Yeah, I was gonna say stun setting means I have to go to short range.
Mhm.
So
But the bonus, that makes it easier.
so I will switch my gun to stun
Okay.
and do that.
As an incidental to do that.
And moving for my maneuver, and then I'll do that true aim again.
Give him a
Another-
pew.
So that is upgrading mine and a boost and one red, correct? Because he has the defense thing.
Yeah,
Right.
one red and one setback. Yeah,
Cool.
it's just adversary 1 and 1 setback.
I'm getting the hang of that.
Mhm.
Let's see.
I figure the logic behind wanting him alive beyond Vrel's own personal drives is you can probably get a good reward.
All right, that is 8 damage stun,
Alrighty, so
and yeah.
you pull the trigger on your blaster, and that blue ring comes out of the end of it and hits him, and he just with a thump hits the deck like a bag of bricks,
Nice.
and he is out cold.
Well, I'm gonna heal some strain.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna make a discipline check for the other pirates here
Teamwork.
and see
Teamwork.
if they stay together. They do. They stay on target.
Oh, and they're next.
Alrighty. So next is an NPC slot. It's going to be the same pirates, and they're going to shoot. They're going to shoot at Vrel. They're going to shoot at the big boy.
Good. Poor Exil's been taking a beating.
Big boy. And you know what?
Share
I'll
that pain.
I'll spend a token to upgrade one of theirs. Yeehaw. Boop. Nice. Vrel, you take 8 damage.
All right. I can do that.
Okay. Up next is a PC slot.
I love having tons of soak. It's really nice.
Yeah. I'm playing a character in another game who has 9 soak and Cortosis
Ooh.
on her armor. So
Ooh.
she is a tank.
That's delicious. I've just got 5, and I'm already like, yes, I can do anything.
I have 2.
Alright, just
Buddy.
stand behind.
Yep. So I'm already hiding behind something, so I'm gonna take aim at the door.
Okay.
And just
You're
wait.
going to double aim at the door.
Yep.
I'm waiting for it. The it's still going around the door.
So, yep, I've got the guarded and double aim, and that's it for me.
Alrighty. Let's see. PC turn.
I'll jump in.
Yeah, I think you're the only one who hasn't gone yet. So.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely jump in then.
Do it.
Not gonna abstain.
You sure, guys? All right. I will. You said some of them moved into short range.
They're in short range with you. Yes.
Oh, that's probably not the best idea for them.
They don't know you have a grenade. they're just gonna mob you if they can get through.
Yeah, they're just gonna do like the Scott Pilgrim versus all of the clone guys, just like kick me on the ground. Very great. I assume they only have 3 faces to share between all of them.
Yeah.
All right, I will. Then I will make it's a ranged light check.
To throw the grenade. That is accurate.
Cool. How difficult would it be to throw a grenade at him?
They are in short range, so that is going to be 1 purple.
Got it.
And I'm gonna upgrade that. Let's make it a red. Let's
I'm
see.
gonna aim.
Let's see if we can't get ourselves a despair on a grenade throw.
Oh no.
I threw the pin. For grenade for maneuvers. Is there a make myself less easy to hit maneuver, like a hunker down?
Take cover.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I'll aim instead, so I get a boost, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Boosto. And like, I have the ability to dodge, so that means that I can take a strain when I'm targeted by a combat check.
Yes.
You let me know when you're about to target me, and not just like straight roll, so I can say I'd like to dodge. There's like
yes.
That's why I have a beat to say that, because I keep wanting to use that, but I don't want to interrupt. All right, and go. Oh, okay.
All right.
We're okay.
So
You get to activate the blast.
yeah, so you can
Nice.
activate the blast quality, which is
A big boom.
which is big. Yeah.
Would like my grenade to go blast. Yes.
Yes.
I hate it when they don't. Just like
God,
rock
look, that's
throw.
like the best blue die roll you could get.
Yeah, when using grenades, especially. Okay, so you deal. I think the frag base damage is 8.
Yep.
So that is 10 damage, and then you have to spend 2 advantage to activate blast.
Got it.
And
It has blast 6.
okay, so that means you'll be dealing. So you deal 10 damage to the guy you target, and then you deal 8 damage to everyone engaged with him, which is basically everyone else.
Got it.
So you just they're charging at you, saying all sorts of swear words and insulting your mother in various different ways.
Not Mrs. Gunner.
And
She's a good lady.
You ping, pop the spoon off this grenade and just kind of like chuck it to one of them, just like a really casual toss.
Can I throw it in a way like catch?
Yeah.
Yes, I love that.
Do any of them catch it before?
Oh yeah. Like the guy who's kind of leading the charge, it like lands in his chest, and he looks down at it, and he goes, "Oh, son of a," and it explodes.
Oh, I love it.
Gunner is so happy.
That's catharsis right there.
And when the smoke clears, there are none of them left.
Including the one on the door?
Well, there's still the one on the door.
Yeah. And I yells an incidental, what do you think the best move for you is now?
He kind of like turns around. It's a weak way, and he's wearing like big welding goggles, and he kind of like, I think it would be to surrender.
Probably.
Puts up his hands. All Weequay are smarmy. That is
Weequay are good.
That is in their lore.
It's true.
Anyway. Yeah.
Especially Weequay pirates.
Hondo Onaga.
Hondo.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love him.
Yep. One of my favorite characters.
I just watched the first Rebels episode where he shows up, and I
Nice.
love him to death.
He's very good.
Anyway, so yeah, so that is, well, two of the pirate groups that you just defeated on your own, Aaron. So good job.
Aaron gives a pat on back.
Mhm.
Grenades, baby.
You see a little tiny thumbs up in the window of the door.
As a combat's still going, right?
Yeah, we're still in initiative.
Okay. I'll wait for my turn to approach the guy and ask Echo if he's okay.
Alrighty. Well, I mean, we're back to the top of the round now, so anyone can go if they'd like. Up on the main deck or the middle deck, we have Exul and Vrel facing down a group of 6 pirates, and it appears as though the bottom deck has been secured. So
I mean, I'm perfectly happy to keep going. These pirates are not going to stand down.
keep punching.
seriously.
They're basically, if you've boarded a craft, you are there. Either you win or die. That's typically how boarding actions go.
I
So-
do want to try and give them a chance to like actually surrender, and the chance that like really, with the intent of you will be spared, but obviously go to prison. 'Cause
Okay.
He's going to do his best to stick up for that.
Yeah, if you would like to, you could go ahead and make me a medium coercion check.
Cool. I will try that.
Can I in any way do anything to help that, since I technically have an automatic advantage to coercion checks due to my species?
I mean, we have 2 turns right here, so if you want to use your actions to just give me a bunch of boosts, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, we could do a combined check here if we just want to spend both of these turns. So,
How does that work?
So it's like skilled assistance.
Mhm.
So you guys can combine your skills into the best pool possible. So Exil, I think you have 3 willpower. Is that correct? Do you have
3
any ranks
willpower.
in coercion?
No ranks, but I get an automatic
Advantage.
advantage because of Zabrak.
Or scary.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm spiky.
Yes. And then Vrel, do you have any ranks in coercion?
I don't, unfortunately, but
Okay.
I'm still willing to try.
Yeah, so we'll do. Yeah, so let's just do it in one check here. So, Exil, why don't you go ahead and roll a medium coercion check with a boost from Vrel's assistance, because Vrel is standing and is big and scary.
Wouldn't it be the other way around? I prefer to make the roll.
Okay, yeah, sure. But
Just
we'll-
with Exil as the big scary, maybe so that the advantage can
yeah.
pass over or convert to a boost or something like that.
So you can take a boost. Like I said, this is a combined check, so we get to take all of the positive aspects. So we
Cool.
can use the 3 greens from Exil's willpower and the advantage, and then a boost as well against 2 purples
Alright, so 3 green, 1 blue, 2 purps,
and an advantage, which there are little
and an
buttons
automatic advantage.
that you can press to add them into your roll. That's super handy.
Oh, where's that?
Are these the little circly ones on the
In-
side?
In the bottom left-hand corner. So there's
Yeah.
so you can just
Oh, I see that. All right, cool. All right, I'm gonna actually spend a force die
Just like
because
that.
we have some now.
because you can add an advantage just like that.
Very fun. All right, well, it'll be green, green, yellow, blue, purple, advantage.
Should be
Oh, blue, purple, purple,
Yeah,
advantage.
2 purples.
Purple, purple, and that's the advantage.
Mhm.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So upon seeing that they're more or less outgunned, they start throwing down their weapons. And
I imagine I kind of like I haul up the Aqualish and I go, stand down, or you won't meet this kind of fate.
they, very sullenly throw down their weapons and put up their hands, and that's when outside, inside the Emperor Leopold, it rocks all of a sudden, like back and forth, as though it has just been hit by something big, and you hear a loud explosion, and you hear the captain come over the comm as he's been commanding, and he says, "That is one ship down. All hands prepare. Back to stations." And the engines roar back to life. And as the Emperor Leopold comes back around, now on an attack vector with the Unshaken, you see the Womp Rat Bastard has been broken in half and is venting gas and smoke and into the hard vacuum of space.
Hurry! We get paid per pirate head. Count them.
As they drift off into space.
And if anyone wants to look at what's going on with the Unshaken, we're basically out of initiative here. It is turning to try and flee, but thanks to the sabotage, its hyperdrive is disabled. Would you look at that?
Good job, Echo!
A turn of fate.
Thank you.
And the telltale
Horse gods.
bassy thumps of the main cannons firing a few minutes later start to sound throughout the ship. And if anyone wants to watch, you can see very quickly the engines are destroyed and the rest of the ship is destroyed soon after.
No quarter.
Yeah,
I imagine.
We have a very brutal captain. I like him. I like him.
Captain Ondu gets the job done. This man does not mess around. So the fight is over. Battle stations are held for a couple more hours after the last one is destroyed, just in case there are any more boarders or any more ships appear. But all in all, everything seems to be okay.
We have a brig, I imagine?
Yeah, there's a brig.
Okay, so I imagine these pirates are escorted to the brig.
Before we escort, could I role play a little bit for the just rewind just a second before?
Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
While I was still approaching the door, I wanted to
Yeah, it's a weak way, and he has his hands up and his goggles are on his forehead.
You have any armaments?
He's got a pistol on his hip, but he's not reaching for it.
Got it. I do like the come close, grab his pistol, throw it at. Actually, what kind of pistol is it?
It's just it's a standard. The problem is, sidebar, the problem is with naming specific models of pistols is that they're all statted in this game in some way, shape, or form. But I'm just going to say, narratively, it's a DH-17. So it's like it's the classic Star Wars blaster pistol. But
is it a heavy blaster pistol?
It's just a regular blaster pistol.
Okay. I mean, I'll pocket it and then
get that loot.
Does he have any credit chits?
No.
No. I'm not gonna say. No, take off your breath out and empty your pockets.
On your pockets, dude.
I want your stuff, and I'm taking that drill. I do not want him going for his pockets. Quick, sort of like that was always the worst at this at filtering. Get down on the ground. Get no, down on the ground. Hands above your head. Hands above your head. If he doesn't move fast enough, I yell it again. You good in there, Echo?
He is sufficiently kowtowed by you, Aaron.
Got it.
Would I be able to open the door?
Oh yeah, you can override it again.
As soon as you calm me, the door just opens.
It shears off some of the.
And I'm standing there shaking with the holdout blaster out. I point it down at the guy you got on the ground. Yeah, discharge a shot over your head.
Stand down. Stand down. It's all right. This is Gunner to what's the command place called? Oh, it's called command. This is Gunner to command. Engineering deck is secure. And then that's all I wanted to role play out is just making sure that Echo knows I care about him. And this guy knows not to do anything.
Nobody messes with Echo. Not on our watch.
I think he just frag grenaded 8 people. I think he knows not to do anything.
Echo is baby.
Protection Squad.
It is decided.
Yep.
We've all got t-shirts.
But yeah, so a few hours pass. The dead and wounded are collected. There were some casualties on the security team. Just wounded. One death amongst the crew. All in all, pretty well fought offboarding action. And very excellently well done against fighting 2 interceptor frigates.
Oh yeah.
Battle stations are called down, and a briefing is given kind of in the mess. For those who want to attend, if they're not occupied by other duties. Captain Nandu kind of stands on top of a table surrounded by a couple crates.
Is there any notable damage that Echo needs to see to?
Just some exterior hull damage.
Okay, so we'll have to wait till docks.
Yeah, so you have to wait until you come into a dry dock to take care of that.
And yes, I will join everybody.
Yeah, I'll attend the thing because I'm not good at medical stuff. So
I imagine I'm pretty busy, so you can relay it to me later, I'm sure.
Hunter has the bare minimum of medical stuff that he would let Vrel apply to him, and is now going to the briefing. He was moderately injured. I was moderately injured from that 7 damage that I took. It's like half my, that's like half
once.
What's your soak value, Aaron?
My soak value is 4.
Okay.
Because I've got my armored clothing in roleplay, and then I've got my and then I've got, which gives me 1 soak, and then I've got brawn of 3.
Cool.
And so I'm fairly certain I calculated that right, but
yes.
it still brought me up to, and I was already a little before the battle.
Yeah.
I had 3 wounds to begin with, so I'm up to 7 wounds out of 13. So I guess I would be bloodied.
Yeah. I don't know if you want me to bother with rolling medicine checks. Like, we're not going to immediately get back into stuff.
No,
so
there's no
healing via rest will occur.
Yes.
The only reason I'd need to roll anything would be like critical injuries, which we didn't get any, which is nice.
Yeah, surprising.
We didn't get winded again.
Yeah, not everyone got winded.
Our ribs are safe.
So Captain Undo stands on a table surrounded by a few boxes, and most of the crew is assembled. Those not doing very important duties, and he says, "Today was a good victory. Today, we fought well. We fought hard. We fought to overcome adversity. I want to extend a special thanks to Mr. Gunner, Exul, our mechanic Echo, Vrel, and yes, you too, Jix." And Jix just waves from the corner. I told them to keep it a secret, but earlier, when our hyperdrive failed, it was not due to the old age of our dear friend Emperor Leopold. It was due to the actions of a saboteur. And there's murmuring in the crowd, someone betrayed us. What the Krong? And so he puts his hands up to quell the murmuring. It was thanks to their quick actions that the damage was not worse, and we apprehended the traitors and gave them swift justice. It was one of them who called in those 2 ships that just now we have claimed excellent bounties on. So, as rewards, because as you know, I expect the best. And he bends over and opens one of the crates, and it jingles. And he reaches in and pulls out a bottle of Corellian rye whiskey and starts handing them out to everyone. And because I expect the best, I give the best. And there's a general revelry amongst the crew as people receive their allotments. So everyone gets a bottle of Corellian whiskey. So
hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
That'll last a whole week.
Putting that in assets and resources.
Yeah. So and so there's a bit of a party. The good rations are brought out. Instead of just like starch, it's flavored starch. Your
Got flavor
favorite,
now.
yes.
There's salt in this.
Yeah, precisely.
Oh.
Instead of just ration bread, it's actually flavored, and it's some jerky, some meat, some vegetables. Like it's a pretty nice meal.
Yeah.
Vegetable.
It's especially because you guys are kind of at the end of a cycle here, so rations are a little low.
It's a bit rough.
Yeah. So, is there any specific things that we want to do in the party? It's a bit of a party celebrating a pretty significant victory, and salvage drones have been brought out, and they have recovered proof of these 2 kills, which will be worth
Very
a
nice.
lot next time you guys make dock.
I'm gonna be grumpy and stay in the med bay. That's me.
Hey, patch up
if you want Vril to party, you gotta drag him out of the med bay. He's an old curmudgeon.
I mean, if you weren't there
Echo,
for them.
Echo's gonna take Vril, his brilliant whiskey.
spoils.
Yeah, I was gonna
So you get your share.
go there too, just to be like, yes, we have proof. Here's your reward.
Booze.
We just bring the party to the mid bay.
Oh no. He just crashed his work.
just walk in with one of those, like a boombox on your shoulder.
The boys.
Yeah. So the time for revelry comes and passes. Aaron, yes,
I would like to revel. I would
yes,
enjoy some
revel.
play. All right, so let's see. Gunnar is a little really, really happy right now. His specific set of skills came into specific usage when he just got done flying, and he's got a tiny bit of a flyboy aspect, and he just got done with grenading, and he's got a tiny bit of he likes to grenade people. So I would be kind of like, how are people treating Gunnar? Am I being adored by my fans? Is just sort of a standard, like, thanks, man, good job.
Yeah,
And
glad to see you're still kicking, man. Glad you didn't buy the big one. You came out pretty. Oh, you got shot. Oh, dude, I got shot too. Like some dude, pulls his shirt open a little bit to reveal a bandage.
Oh, dude, good job. Good
Yeah.
job, man. How many of the pirates did you take on?
Just one. I mean,
Good. Work up to it. No, sorry. Gunnar is not an asshole. And I use our earth swears. Gunnar would be very much excitedly drinking, jumping into the party aspect, like. He is down to celebrate, and he is down to get a little bit rowdy with his friends. I've never played one of these characters before. Is there any cute near humans on the ship?
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mean to judge, but I'm not attracted to bug eyes or teeth that are twice the size of their face.
Okay.
Coward.
Yeah, where's your sense of adventure? I mean,
I'm shaving my lack of taste.
Oh, so you admit it's lacking.
Look, Gunnar's just interested in a.
I know. I'm
face. He knows how to kiss, and he knows where the face is.
Is near humans including humans, or are humans?
Yes, Gunnar. This is not a.
Do you specifically have exotic tastes?
This is not a non-human fetishism situation. This is the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
There's
humans or near humans.
I was humans, Twi'leks, Zabrex. I don't know every space race, and Chani are just
Yeah.
kind of lighter.
Well, we got
humans.
we got a Wookiee. Do you into
Yeah.
Wookiee?
Oh man.
I am not gonna. I respect that woman too much to try and romance her. I know what I'm like. She deserves better.
Echo's going to be. Echo's going to be helping him by telling everybody about him single-handedly taking out 9 pirates.
Okay. Yeah.
Wingman.
Yeah, wingman. Yeah, there's a few people around. There's a few cuties on the ship. Let's
Gunnar-
see.
Gunnar is. My jokes aside, Duncan is actually elated that the combat went that well, and I'm very happy. Gunnar
I
is
am too.
actually,
Yeah.
is actually meant to be
That
a
was
little
really
bit. Gunner's meant to be a bit more grizzled, so I need to get off my high horse right now. And so Gunnar would confidently approach.
Yeah. Make me
nice-
an easy
a nice-
perception check.
All right,
Perceive those cuties.
flirting. The opening of any D&D thing or any role playing game always seems to have the role play really. The doorway to role play is also the same doorway to potential fake sex.
It's fine.
It's
We taste will fade to black.
yeah, exactly.
We're all adults.
Easy, you said?
Easy. Yep. So okay, I got it. No, I know what happens.
Oh.
Escalate.
Oh yeah, you can escalate.
Escalate.
Yeah.
Escalate the flirt.
Oh god, what happens on a despair?
I'll do it.
He gets
Do it.
dumped immediately.
So you may escalate if you want.
No, despair is he flirts with someone who he thinks is near human, and then they turn around and there's some even weirder ways. It's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
So I upgrade the purple, but I keep the greens how it is.
No, you upgrade both
No,
sides once.
Upgrade both sides, so it's a red, green, and yellow, or red,
Yep.
Yeah.
RGB.
red, green, yellow.
No, RG.
How do I undo
Why?
a dice? I'm gonna roll it over here.
Double click. You double click it in the place where it
Got it,
popped
got
up.
it.
Yeah.
I managed to get rid of all of them, which or 3 dice does accomplish what I need.
All
There you
right,
go.
cool.
Cool.
Coming in on my
Yeah, exactly.
my flirting is threatened.
Yeah, you're coming a little hot there,
Yeah,
Flyboy.
Gunner's not the most. Look, I'm just gonna say it. Besides brawn and agility, every stat is 2,
Yeah.
and that applies for most things.
So as you as Gunnar, Aaron looks around the room, you notice the one of the bridge crew, the comms officer. Her name is Eliana, and she is a Togruta.
Sorry.
Yes, same species as Ahsoka from Clone Wars.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Because apparently Taruta, the way that I spelled it, is a Ukrainian parliament member.
Oh,
Oh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Learning something new every day.
Deep lore.
Sergei Taruta. So I go up to Mr. Taruta and say, "Your policies are whack." And,
Me? I'm fresh as fuck. I'm taking your place. And this is how it turned into a political game.
why don't you cry me a river?
Crimea. Classic. Anyway, you see her. She's conversing with a couple other people in the bridge crew. Just the bridge crew people tend to stick to themselves for the most part.
Yeah.
Because that's where literally they spend all their time. But she's you're friendly with her. It's not like. Mhm.
Yeah, Gunner's friendly with most people. He's nice.
Yeah, exactly. So
He's known as a bit of a. I don't know if what does Gunner seem like to you guys? I guess to me, Gunner seems a little dumb and a little overly enthusiastic, but like tries really hard.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good approximation
Yeah.
of it. So why don't you go ahead and make me an easy cool check with the setback, Aaron? So this is your approach.
I get a boost if I put back on his sunglasses.
I'll allow it.
What was that expected?
I'll allow it.
1 setback, easy check. So that's
Easy
one
cool check.
Got it. One boost, one setback. Easy cool. And you use the dark side?
I didn't mean to. That was my bad.
Okay.
I misclicked. All right, so you have a nice smooth approach up to Eliana. Actually,
the flight vector was great.
and she turns and sees you and says, "Oh, I saw your ship take a couple nasty blows out there. I'm happy to see you made it out alive." And she gives you a friendly clap on the shoulder.
I'm like, yeah, it was pretty. It got dicey there for a second. I was not quite sure that the old girl would make it, but we got some good ships here and some. Like I'm glad to see you're okay. It was a dicey situation when they boarded us there.
Yeah, I'm just glad they didn't try to come for the bridge. I heard a bunch went down to engineering though, and she looks at Echo and says, "I'm glad you're okay too, Echo. I mean, I don't know what we would do without you."
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you. It was Gunnar. He took them all out. It was amazing.
Really? What? How'd you do that, Aaron?
Aaron jumps into a dramatic story of him,
lengthy tale. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys were here when I described it, and I was trying to describe it as cool. Most of my descriptions are not necessarily how Aaron does things. It is how Aaron sees Aaron doing things. So he describes he's like, well, I got to start with a little bit of story. So I was strafing over the side of the ship. I came in quick, couldn't quite get the good angle. Jay turned into it, vaulted over. I knew that you are right. Without Echo, we would be entirely lost in this ship. And Gunnar is loving Echo right now. Echo successfully blew up the cargo bay. I go into a little bit of also praising Echo because that's fair.
Yeah. Little dude, little man, your bro.
Bro.
And I talk about, and then I go over the shot. I stress about how all 9 of them came at me once. I couldn't dodge all the blaster fire.
Yeah,
but I remember my training. I managed to get my last grenade off.
Go ahead and make me a medium charm check with a boost.
Yay. Man, having every stat be 2 is actually really helpful for my internal math. Medium is 2, correct?
Yes, it's 2
cool.
purples.
I promise after session 4, I will no longer have to ask this.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, this is session 4, so
I am aware.
Oh, all right.
She thinks I'm exaggerating a little bit.
She
which I probably am.
Yeah, she's like, she raises an eyebrow and sips her drink and says, "Well, I suppose you'll just have to tell me a little bit more about it later, then, won't we?" And she says, "How about? Tell you what, we're about to make port. How about you tell me over a bottle of wine back in my room?" And then we do the tasteful zoom out of the ship as we see her take Aaron's hand and start leading him away. And they don't call it light speed for nothing. You see the engines charge up, and the Emperor Leopold slips.
As she takes my hand, the moment she's looking away, I turn back and I go, "Thank you," and then I continue.
And the Emperor Leopold slips into hyperspace en route to its next destination, the mid-rim planet of Delang 3.
Ooh.
And that is where we're going to end episode 4 of Legitimate Enterprises: Explosive Negotiations. So real quick, let's go around and introduce ourselves one more time and tell the good people of the internet where we can find more of you should we want to. So let's go ahead and start with Aaron. Who are you and where can the good people find more of you?
I'm Duncan Hunter. I also go by Too Much Thought. I play Aaron Gunnar, and I like to leave people waiting for more, so I have no other online presence. So you'll have to keep watching this show in order to catch more of me.
Excellent. Exil, who are you? And where can the good people find more of you?
I'm Necro everywhere else online. I'm Necromatador. Tumblr and Twitter mostly. And real quick, I would like to note, if you go and check my Twitter, I retweeted a message from a very close friend of mine who is having some issues with her cat and some vet bills. So I would very much appreciate if anyone can tweet that, spread awareness, donate if you can, but you don't have to. So whatever
Shout
you
out
can
to
do.
Siam, Queen of the Universe.
Poor 19-and-a-half-year-old lady cat having some issues. So
Yeah, I will actually go do that right now. Yeah, Echo, who are you, and where can the good people of the internet find more of you if they want?
I am JL Holloway, and I have Holloway's Hideaway. You guys can find me on pretty much all the social medias at Hall Hideaway. I think that's about it. I do tomorrow night, 6 p.m. at twitch.tv/Hall Hideaway. I am DMing another session of our ongoing campaign.
Very fun.
See y'all later.
Yeah, and Vrel, who are you, and where can the good people find more of you, should they want?
I'm Kelsey. I go by Calcifer Rising online. Twitter, which is Calcifurry, and that's that. You can come find me. I do art sometimes. It's not that good.
Art sometimes. It's great. I saw the trade that you and Necro did of Vrel and Exil. Such handsome lads. I love it.
We have just look. Most of my art consists of drawing Necro's very attractive characters.
We've got somebody in the chat that's asking about our characters.
Oh, yeah. Real quick, you can also catch the VOD of this at youtube.com/lazybone. Well, I don't have the custom URL yet because I have 8 subscribers. But all of the VODs do go up on YouTube. Just look up Legitimate Enterprises, and the YouTube channel is Lazy Bones TV. But real quick, we do have Aaron Gunner, who is our galactic standard boy human bounty hunter who does lots of pews and shoots people, blows up a lot of pirates too. Apparently, he's really good at that.
Very good.
We have
And
Exul,
rescuing mechanics.
Yeah, and rescuing mechanics in danger, mechanics in distress. We have Exul, who is a Zabrak sharpshooter, shooting McBoy. We have Echo, who is a Chadrafon little bat boy mechanic who likes to free droids.
Gotta get in on that.
Likes to cause a little bit of chaos. We have Vrel, who is our Trandoshan big lizard boy doctor, whom we all love very much. And unfortunately not here today because he is a real life human man with human life real man responsibilities.
how dare.
Is Drake Finney, who plays Jix Cho, who is a Pantoran scoundrel, and a scoundrel he is. So yes, real quick before we sign off, I am Lazy Bones. I am the GM here. I stream video games here too, very irregularly, but I still do. So keep an eye out for that. And if you are just tuning in or tuned in late, this will probably be up on my YouTube channel as a VOD tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. As for everything else, please tune in next week where we complete where we start the next arc, I guess, because we completed the intro arc aboard we completed the intro arc aboard the Emperor Leopold. So I will see everyone around the galaxy. Have a good week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.